But as a general rule for the next 48 hours, and you can extend that to next Monday if you want to, as soon as a thought comes up that feels bad, that feels like a struggle, that feels like it comes from you thinking you know what's going to happen and what you need to do in order for it to happen smoothly and in order for you to keep yourself safe, because you're managing all the molecules, so you should also manage your job, just instantaneously remember that it has never served you. It is rooted in stupidity, not intelligence. Contraction, not infinite abundance of all that you desire. And then choose the opposite. And by simply already deciding to let go of it at the first moment you notice it, that already puts you in the state of abundant joy. Just that. You don't even have to remember the way the universe actually works. Unless you go down the rabbit hole too much of the negative thought, then you need to sort of retrace your steps by acknowledging everything that goes well, what you truly are, what you know that is true about the universe, that you are supported. Look at the obviousness of how this is already created for you. Notice the obviousness of how things pop up when you align yourself with your true vision. Then you have to retrace those types of acknowledgments. But if you catch it in the early stages of spinning out of control into the negative of arrogance, of thinking you know better than the flow of ease, if you catch yourself right there, you're instantly still in the space, in that responsive trampoline mode where you can bounce back up into alignment, into ease. Oh yeah, I remember I almost went down the rabbit hole, but it's so joyful to see that I didn't. And if I did, it's also joyful to see that I did. Because it would also be arrogant to say that it was bad of you to go down the negative spiral. So if you got lost for a couple hours and you're like, shit, I'm depressed again. What did I do? What did I do wrong? That's another thought that is negative in nature, that's arrogant in nature. So let that one go and remember that it's amazing that you went down into a spiral of depression for 2 hours without noticing. That it's such an abundant experience of perfection, that you're already perfect. And then you can still use the trampoline to bounce back up into alignment. Always feel good. Whenever you catch yourself in a conscious moment, let your response to what you have caught, the fish that you have caught, let your response be joy. Confidence, gratefulness, thankfulness, happiness that you have seen this, humility, that you can now choose your way. Once again, always be grateful for the fact that you're having a moment of consciousness, even if what triggered the moment of consciousness was a negative feeling. Aren't you happy that you're conscious again? That is due to the negative feeling. Don't be arrogant by judging it. Be grateful. It showed you to be conscious once again. What more do you want? Make sense? So constantly jump back up into infinite worth, infinite love for yourself, infinite ease, and remembering that ease creates what you want. Somehow, magically, just let it do its job. Being in ease will attract everything you need to get done and do and have created for yourself. You can just follow your ease, do what feels easeful, think what feels easeful, and even extend that to doing what feels blissful, thinking what feels blissful, believing what feels blissful, seeing in ways that feel joyful and blissful and ecstatic and euphoric. And then somehow magically, without your arrogance included, without you having protected yourself for the time spent of 48 hours, without having thought you knew better than the mechanics that keep every spiraling galaxy of billions of stars and beings together, you not questioning that authority, simply trusting that the way it communicates to you what is the most efficient way for you to go about things is what feels the easiest, the most joyful, the most pleasurable, the most exciting. And as you follow that joy, you follow that bliss, of course with honoring your integrity, but truly following your true joy will never dishonor someone else, will never deprive someone else of what they want and desire. So following your true joy will always naturally, organically maintain integrity and balance. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Worry more about finding out what truly gives you joy in this moment. What is truly in alignment with who I am? What feels completely expansive and holistically integral to who I am as a being? What do I really want to do? What's really valuable and beautiful to me right now? What do I really want to think that brings me joy? Does this thought bring me greater joy, or does this thought bring me greater joy? I choose the thought that brings me the greatest joy, and then suddenly I notice I want to go for a walk. So then I go for a walk, and then I meet this person that wants to do everything for my business that I couldn't do myself. But if I would have stayed home thinking that my job description consisted of those 25 things, I would never have met this person. I would still be miserable, and I would still be creating more work for myself out of working, hopefully to get to the end of work, but being in a state of work or effort only ever attracts more of itself. Everything you do and think and believe and feel attracts more of its own nature. Like if you align yourself with the way the Creator sees life, which is ease and joy and self-love, and everything you desire is its own desire, so honor what you desire. Otherwise you're not honoring the union that creates all that there is. So honor what you feel, honor what you want, honor what feels amazing, and bump it up and bump it up and bump it up and bump it up. How? Through effortlessness, through joy, through trust, through greater conviction that life is on your side, greater conviction that everything is already in your field, already accomplished. You don't need to do anything, but feel good. Be receptive. Allow expansion. Love yourself. Fuck it. Give it a shot. For the first time ever, give it a shot. For the next 48 hours.